looking more into the mythology and the history of this character of Santa Claus, you actually start to find out the darker pagan roots of this figure, of this character in mythology. Because Santa is a representation of the devil. And just taking the dualistic nature of Santa, which I came to realize recently, even with the name Santa Claus, the word Santa is an anagram of Satan, and the word Claus is an anagram of Lucas. So you've got that whole dark and light paradigm, the dualistic paradigm of Father Christmas. And you can even see in these ancient depictions, in this ancient artwork, Saint Nicholas with the 3 children of Saturn for Saturnalia. Saturnalia being the name of the festival that was celebrated in the winter solstice in ancient Rome, where people let loose and they drank too much and eat too much. Nothing similar to Christmas at all. And so as you can see here, Saint Nicholas is quite clearly linked, affiliated with the ancient Roman god Saturn. So back to the dualistic nature of Father Christmas or Santa Claus. Quite hypocritically, Santa himself seems to have both a nice and a naughty side. This shadow, this wicked evil aspect to Santa's character is referred to as Krampus. And there's a big movie coming out right now about Krampus. And it depicts this lower demonic aspect to Santa's character who comes to punish and torture children for not being good. And then on the other hand, at this time of year, which is the winter solstice for them, you've got the Vatican or the Roman Catholic Church pushing the symbolism of the birth of Tammuz, the Antichrist, the false Messiah, the Sun King coming into the bleak midwinter. Because there's a reason that they're celebrating this on December the 25th. Because there's quite a lot that points to Jesus being born earlier in the year, around September. And trust me, I'm pretty sure they know that. And so there must be a very good reason why they have chosen the date of December the 25th as opposed to the real birthday of Christ or something nearer to it. Well, the reason being is because December the 25th is the birthday of many, many Babylonian pagan gods, and this whole pagan festival is actually masquerading as light to many Christians. I think it's great to see family, and I think it's great to remember the birth of our Saviour, but please be aware that this festival is shrouded in pagan symbolism, and that Santa Claus, at the very, very least, is extremely dangerous.
But the question that we need to ask is this the birthday of Christ? Was Christ born on December 25th? And if not, whose birthday is it?
Well, hello everyone. I hope you're all well in this season, which is, of course, not the birth of Christ, but rather Saturnalia.
Because we don't celebrate the ancient pagan festival of Saturnalia.
Jesus, on the other hand, was actually born in the summer. His birthday was moved to coincide with the traditional pagan holiday that celebrated the winter solstice.
You see, and this is the reason they celebrate the birth of their Sun King or their Babylonian sun god in the middle of the winter solstice, because it represents the fire and ice.
Part of the practice of Christmas is, from the old country, the person known as the Holly King. from the Holly King, you get who's known as Santa Claus. Now, Santa Claus is an interesting study because, through Santa Claus, the Illuminati has tried to prove that they are like gods on the earth, through the myth. Now, when we go through the story of Santa Claus is actually supposed to be all-knowing. I mean, think about this. Doesn't Santa Claus know who's been good and who's been nice every single day of the year? That's one of Santa Claus's ability. He knows exactly who's been good and who's been nice, and he knows how this has worked for each individual throughout the year. Has the ability of being omnipresent, or just about, because on the night of Christmas, is he not able to traverse the entire world and literally just about be everywhere at the same time and drop off who knows how many billions of presents? Well, at least that's what the story tells us.
Because we don't celebrate the ancient pagan festival of Saturnalia. Because we don't celebrate Saturnalia.
In the pre-Christian era, as the winter solstice approached and the plants died, pagans brought evergreen boughs into their homes as an act of sympathetic magic.